Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Help for the Guiltless. My name, of course, is Antoine. And before we start, I want to apologize for me being absent last week and having a late upload this week. And to make up for it, because life does happen, I have something very important happening next week. And I do need to take a few more notes before I actually do what I'm going to do. And it's going to be a first for me, and I want it to be as important and well thought out as possible. I may actually write out a script for it. That's how important I think this is. So, in lieu of that very, very, very important piece of information, I have for you just some entertainment. All I'm going to be doing is pointing out stupidity and making a comment on it, and it's more so about the subject matter than what actually happened, because what actually happened is hilarious, and it was a troll, and it was a good one, and the people who found it and published it got exactly what they deserved. So, what exactly am I talking about? Well, Buzzfeed, our favorite SJW publication, fell for a fake story about quote-unquote transgender women getting kicked out of a gaming tournament. Now, the tournament in question was being held by the Electronic Sports League, and it was an all-female tournament for CSGO, which is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That is not the stupidity. Trolls are going to troll. That's what they do. People are going to play pranks. There are going to be ribs. There are going to be jokes. And I can guarantee you the team that put this together are going to be laughing about it for a very long time. Whereas the rest of us, we get to laugh about something completely different. Nathan Greyson, the wonderful, wonderful editor of Buzzfeed, went on a mini Twitter rant to try and, well, kind of apologize for what happened, but it was more of a, it's not my fault, it's their fault kind of apology. Has nothing to do with me, or the fact that we listened and believed without questioning and verifying. Oh no, it's because people are garbage, and he says that almost implicitly. So it's about 5 tweets. It's a mini Twitter rant. And he starts off with, I should have vetted this story better, and I apologize, but also, people are garbage. It's like, what the hell were you trying to prove? That the media is fallible? No shit, Sherlock. Beyond that, this hoax says nothing incisive or whatever about trans folks, because, well, the people who did this weren't trans. So in the end, all these people have proven is that assholes exist. What a revelation. Silver lining to all this, ESL tells me they're sticking by their plan to create more inclusive sets of policies. Nathan, you're completely missing the point. I would agree with you. People are garbage, and most of them work for Buzzfeed. It's your second statement that is the most telling. What the hell were they trying to prove? That the media is fallible? No, they're trying to prove that the media are morons. And places like Buzzfeed, Pink News, Fusion, and Kotaku are so ready to publish something as outlandish as this, as truth, that this country is filled with racists, misogynists, sexists, and bigots. I mean, honestly, what would give these gamers the idea that the media is fallible? Oh, I don't know. Let's take, for instance, the last couple weeks. No, not even a couple of weeks. Let's go a little bit further. Let's say about a month. Let's look at the last month, and these are just small examples. The first one, Huffington Post, and the article about how men should give up the franchise, not be able to vote for 20 years, an entire generation. Not only did Huffington Post publish this, but they backed it, they fought for it, and when it came out that it was a hoax, the person who edited it and put it out there was fired. And then after that, what do we have? Places like Buzzfeed talking about how a simple hand gesture, one that everyone has used for hundreds of years, was actually a secret, ingrained white power symbol that the horrible people of the internet, the horrible white supremacist racists that the Antifa are fighting against, have convinced President Obama and some of the most influential black and Hispanic and people of color of our generation to use. The OK symbol was a symbol for white power. On top of that, more hand gestures were coming out saying that these were hate symbols as well. The peace sign symbolizing two genders. And just a warning to any of you listening, the people who started the hand symbol thing, 4chan, they're trying to push something new. So when you see Buzzfeed running with this, you know it's a complete and utter hoax. 4chan, because they got so much attention for the hand gestures, are trying to push that the rainbow flag from the LGBT community is actually a hate symbol. Because all of the colors are segregated. There's no intermingling. Instead, they're pushing for a brown flag to be a symbol of unity. Because all of the colors mixed together make brown. Except it's more all of the colors mixed together make black. It just happens to be that the flag is the color of shit. And now this. Nathan, I understand you grasping for that silver lining that the Electronic Sports League is sticking by their guns to make a better inclusive set of policies. Because everything else just goes to show that you have egg on your face. And not just egg, it's egg and semen and shit and fucking toothpaste. Just to make it even more gross. And not the good kind of toothpaste. I'm talking the dollar store toothpaste. The one that hurts your mouth because you need... They say it has more fluoride. Instead of going on this stupid rant, what you should have done is just apologize. And the hoax says nothing incisive about the trans folk and trans community because that's not what they were trying to do. That went right over your fucking head. You'd need a rocket up your ass to catch the point of what they did. And yes, they proved that assholes exist because you're ranting like the asshole you are. Here, I'm going to give you a gift, Nathan. Feel free to give it to your friends at Kotaku and Think Pink because they need this. What you should have done is said simply this. Dear readers, I apologize. I apologize that we did not check the sources of the story that we published, the one that we moved forward with. I'm sorry that we're so eager to push a narrative that we are willing to listen and believe without verifying and questioning it. From now on, we are going to move forward with a new policy, checking all of our facts and checking all of the citations to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. Us here at Buzzfeed, or insert whatever publication you have, want to do better by you, our loyal fans. The person who pushed this article through has been disciplined, and we will make sure it never happens again. I apologize if something like this offended anyone, triggered anyone, or gave anyone PTSD. I hope you can trust us again in the future. See, it's very simple. You just give something like that, and then you don't look like an utter moron. Because you're not blaming yourself. Of course not. It's not your fault. People are garbage. No, you're fucking garbage. This was your fault, not theirs. Trolls are gonna troll. Pranks are gonna be played. Jokes are going to be made. You just happen to be at the bottom. And with the way you are, with the way you're blaming everyone but yourself, because it can't possibly be you, you pile a little bit more grossness on what you have on your face. On top of that, you're putting your diseased, rotting, mold-covered, gangrenous foot deep into your own mouth. As journalists, you should do better. You should be asking for more from yourself than from your readers. You should be asking for more from yourself and your writers and your bloggers and everything else that encompasses Buzzfeed. This is on you, Nathan. No one else. But I would love to know what you guys think. Is it the trolls' fault? Is it for this team of people who came up with this idea? Is it their fault that they were believed so easily? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you like what I do here, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will link to the Heat Street article that I got this off of, and all of the other links to get a hold of me or following the sister channel of Cole Plays. Everything is down below. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. As I promise, I have something really interesting coming up next week, and I will see you then. This has been Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful evening.